Hey, how are you? This is Dr. Ray with Olive Branch Wellness Centers. We're here for our lunch and learn today. Um, Lunch with the branch. Let me tell you, it's been a wild past couple of weeks, hasn't it? Um, anyway, I wanted to give you 7 tips for, are you ready? For changes in your schedule. I know it's been very difficult for a lot of us to adjust at home, adjust to everybody being home and in your space. So I wanted to give you some tips, and we have instilled these things in our home. And in instilling these things in our home, it's made life a lot better. So the first one is don't be lazy. I know you're like, what do I have to get up for in the morning? What do I have to do? You need to get up. You need to get up on time. And the reason is because your body likes to keep a schedule. So when your schedule changes, your body is in a perpetual Saturday morning schedule, which it doesn't like. The body loves a schedule. It likes to do things at the same time. It likes to know when sleep is coming, when wake is coming. And so you just letting yourself drift makes a mess for it. So I want you to, that's tip number one. Number two is I want you to decide what your schedule is, what it should be, and write it down and then stick to it. So you've got to write down up by, in our house, it's up by 5 a.m. It is exercising by 6. It is in the shower. So you see what I'm saying? You probably think this is really remedial, but sometimes we need to do these things because we are struggling so bad. And then we don't want you to be like you know how the kids are when they go back to school and they're like having troubles getting up in the morning and all that. Why don't you set yourself up to succeed? We all know this is going to end. This is not going to be the way the rest of our life goes. Set yourself up to succeed and make sure you do that. Now, when you're planning your schedule, so tip number 3, when you're planning your schedule, I love all of you, and I'm sure you love all of your family, but you plan decided time apart, which means if you're home with little ones, you say to your spouse, I will be in charge from 11 to 12. Can you take 2 to 3? So you make decided times. If it's just you and your spouse in your home, you make that time apart. Tell your spouse, I cannot be bothered between 11 and 12, or I cannot be bothered between 2 and 3. And that way you get a time to recoup. Look, we're all living in, a couple of thousand square feet or 3,000. It doesn't matter 3,000 or 4,000 square feet. We're all on top of each other, right? The next one, number 4, is make sure you exercise. It takes the body about 3 days to lose the gains that you've made with exercise. So, all that time you went to the gym, yeah, it's gone. Look, get outside. The fresh air will do you wonders, and you can walk around the block if you're not, used to doing some exercise, but plan that in your schedule. I cannot tell you how important this schedule is going to be. And if you don't plan that in your schedule, you're going to have some big regrets and your health will have slipped. Come on. You didn't get COVID, but now, you've got further clogging of the arteries or more inflammation or, just a cardiovascular issue because COVID let you sit on the couch. Don't do that to yourself. The other thing I want you to do is plan project time. Tonight, I am going to build a model car. Tonight, I am going to sit down and paint a picture. Tonight, I am going to do a puzzle. Tonight, I am going to play a few rounds of solitaire with real cards. Ooh, yeah, that's a big one. The next one, number 6. Oh, remember, just because you're home does not mean you should be eating constantly. Keep your meal times. But remember, when we deal with schedule changes too, our body is like sometimes it needs a little more fuel because we're doing more brain work. And especially if you have younger kids at home, they're having a snack, so you think you need a snack. Would you have eaten that snack at work? If the answer is no, step away from the pantry. When my kids were little, if there were brownies on the counter, I would walk past, snip off a little piece, then walk the other way past, snip off another piece again. You eat the whole thing. You don't need the whole thing. It's not an all-day event, but you do need to fuel. So the last one is you need to fuel for your new energy. So sometimes You will need to eat a little bit more at each meal because you're using more brain power and more energy, but make sure it's things like proteins and vegetables. And no matter what you think you need, just because you're home and the coffee is free, do not think that you need that extra cup of coffee because you may not be sleeping, and then that starts the whole vicious cycle all over again. So those are my 7 tips for dealing with a schedule change. This is Dr. Ray giving you Lunch and Learn with the Branch this Wednesday. Hoping and praying for all of you that this ends soon and we can all go back to a new schedule, which may not be the same. Have a wonderful week and we'll see you again. And those of you interested in the This Is Not Your Menopause, Mother's Menopause, we'll be live tonight at 7. Have a great week. Bye-bye.